Hi, boys and girls. We're going to continue our banana inquiry, and today we're going to really focus on that question of what are fair trade bananas. So in order to get that understanding, we're going to, again, read some articles. I'm going to read it for you, and then I will share that information with you. So, perfect. We're going to read this article together. So, be thinking about fair trade bananas. This article has been modified, and this was back in 2011. So only about 20% of the prices paid by consumers for bananas reach exporting countries. Bananas are one of the most important foods for both consumption and trade. Almost 100 million metric tons of bananas are consumed every year. Bananas are the fourth most important food staple in the world and the fifth most traded agricultural commodity after cereals, sugar, coffee, and cocoa, generating billions of dollars. In the banana industry, just 5 corporations control around 80% of the sales on the banana import market worldwide. Just think about that. 5 corporations control 80%. Meanwhile, it is hard for small banana farmers and workers on banana plantations to earn a living, and they often work and live in difficult conditions. The cheapest production process possible. While large plantations can produce cheap bananas, there are problems in the system. Large banana corporations have not always been good for Latin American countries where the plantations are based. For example, huge quantities of pesticide and fungicide sprays are used to prevent the spread of disease on large plantations. These chemical sprays may have a serious impact on the health of workers and people living in the area, as well as the surrounding wildlife. In many plantations, workdays can be very long, often between 12 to 14 hours with unpaid overtime. The majority of workers lack job security or protection against sudden layoffs, and many employees only offer short contracts of 6 months or less. Benefits of fair trade for producers. Bananas bearing the Fair Trade certification mark have been produced by small farm organizations or in plantations that meet high standards. Fair trade price. Producer organizations are paid a fair trade minimum price, which aims to cover average costs of production. The fair trade minimum price for bananas is different for each region and is based on the cost of sustainable production. The fair trade price for organic bananas is higher than for conventional bananas. Fair trade standards for small banana farmers. Profits must be equally distributed among the members of the cooperative or association. All producer organizations must have a voice in the decision-making process and in group organization. Fair trade standards for banana plantations. The Fair Trade Premium Committee is formed and includes workers and management to decide on the use of the premium. The premium must not be used to cover ongoing operating expenses, but rather to improve living and working conditions. Forced labor and child labor of children of 15 years and under is prohibited. Workers have the right to establish or join an independent union. Salaries must be equal to or higher than the regional average or than the minimum wage. Health and safety measures must be established in order to avoid work-related wages. Here's the next source we're going to look at. So this is in Ecuador. So they found Ecuador on the map. The story of El Guabo is a success story in grassroots organizing. In 1998, 14 small-scale banana farmers in southwest Ecuador decided to take a big risk. They sent one 38,400-pound container of bananas to Europe with the hope of selling it directly to a supermarket. By cutting out the middleman, they took the power back into their own hands. With the sale of their first container, the El Guabo Association of Small Banana Producers was born. The entrepreneurs transformed themselves from individual, marginalized growers into a democratically run organization with access to the international market. Today, El Guabo is a farmer-run cooperative, so a co-op, with 350 small-scale banana farmers. Each farmer is committed to improving quality of life for themselves and their communities. In addition to earning a fair price for their bananas, El Guabo receives $1 per case of bananas. El Guabo's members voted to spend the extra money on education, healthcare, retirement, environmental projects, and infrastructure improvements. El Guabo is also giving back to the local and global community by sharing their successful co-op model with other groups in Ecuador and throughout the world. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there, and I want you to think about that question that we're focusing on today. What are fair trade bananas? Think about what you know about fair trade. How can you answer that question using the resources that we just gave? Tomorrow we're going to explore another question. But I appreciate that you tuning in. I appreciate you listening. I'm going to also provide these resources to you if you want to go back, and if you want to research the actual full articles, you'll have that access, okay? Thanks for tuning in.